All right, folks, welcome back to Hawk Talk. We're here in the office of Coach Wetzel. Coach, the time has come. Season's right around the corner.
Yeah.
Tell us how the team's coming along, and we'll get into some of the newcomers, some of the returners a little bit later.
Right. Well, this is going into my second year as a head coach here, but it really feels like a second year one because of, 12 new guys, first real full year of recruiting. We were able to go out and get, like I said, 12 new guys, various places, various levels. We went recruiting and, feel like we're coming along. It's definitely been a process with 12 new guys, but we're starting to turn the corner a bit in terms of chemistry.
12 new guys. Let's talk a little about the returners. Couple starters coming back, kids with experience who played before in the program. Talk about how that helps with the transition for the new players.
Yeah, I think it's really nice having a core group of 5 returners. A 6th joined us that semester last year and redshirted. So 5 guys who have game experience, understand what we're asking them to do. Curtis Red obviously started every game he was healthy in, and he's an everyday guy. You know what you're going to get out of Curtis. He's going to play at a high level, offensively and defensively. He's going to defend, for long possessions. You really know what you're getting with him. Jacob Gondrzak's another strong returner for us. His ability to shoot the ball at the one position allows us to open things up offensively. Billy Engel, another returner who brings the everyday toughness, similar to what Curtis Red does. And you got Micah Brown, who had some bright moments last year, put together a couple really good weekend stretches for us. He was away from the game of basketball for two years. Last year was his first year back into it, so I think you'll really see a level of growth. And the last on-the-court returner is Roybel Baez, who is one of the best teammates I've ever been around, and has the ability to come in and bring an energy to practice, to games, to the bench, to the locker room.
Taking it now, let's introduce to at least some of the new faces we'll see out there. Fans got a chance to see a few of them participating in the slam dunk three-point contest. Lots of excitement and personality in the new bunch.
Well, I wish I would have put a roster in front of my face here because, again, like I said, we got a lot of new guys. I'll just touch on a few. Sure. I mean, we don't have time to go through all 11 to 12 of them, but going back to the dunk contest and whatnot, we'll lead from that. Brandon Ruffin, who won the dunk contest, is more than just a athletic dunker. He does bring that. He does bring athleticism. He's also a track athlete here. But he has jumped right in terms of personality and chemistry, what we're looking for. He's a young man who does things the right way. He's a yes sir, no sir guy, and he really values being a part of a program. And I think he'll be able to step in and contribute for us right away. Gilberto Shogren is another one that comes to mind. I'm doing this in no particular order. Sure. He's a transfer from Williston State. He was a teammate prior to Williston State at Botno with a lot of our guys. A new guy I'll be getting to here shortly, but Roybel Billy. So he has some chemistry prior to this with our group. He's been in North Dakota for 2 years at the junior college level. He understands the landscape. He understands the culture. He fits in just well, and he's a 6'8" athlete, so he fits in well on the court too. Julian Vasquez, another UND Botno transfer. He was an all-conference player at Colorado Mesa, Mesa State now, I believe is how it's called in. Second team All-RMAC Division II. Anytime you are an all-conference accolade at a conference of that caliber, I know you can step in and help us. Great personality, big personality. He's a guy who's going to jump in and hopefully provide some leadership. Jumping around here, we've got a slew of LA Southwest transfers. Reggie Field, 6'7" athlete, matchup nightmare. Stephon Daphne, big guard with the ability to shoot it. Brandon Jamar, 6'11" athlete, probably one of the best athletes on our team at 6'11". And we've got a redshirt, Dante Clark will be redshirting this year, who was the conference MVP, probably out of all the LA Southwest guys coming in with the greatest resume. He was the conference MVP down there 2 years ago. a big guy from Mount Sac, Thomas Cowan from Jamaica, 6'11", adding to that size. And make sure I'm not forgetting anyone here. Colby Selby, another UND Botno transfer. So we've got a slew. We've got a lot of new guys. They'll fit in just nice, but it's going to be some growing pains chemistry-wise, because basketball is predicated off of chemistry. It is a chemistry, movement, reaction sport. So we'll have our growing pains.
For those lifelong Blue Hawk fans, the Lebsock legacy continues.
Yeah.
The newest edition of
Yeah.
that. I want to touch a little bit on the
Yeah.
one freshman.
Mark Lebsock, coming from Missoula Hellgate, played on a very successful high school team there, won a state title, played for another state title. He fits what we're trying to do here. Everyday guy, good in the classroom, good representation of the program. And yeah, he does have a legacy here. You know, his brothers, his sister actually played softball here. His father's in the Hall of Fame here. But, you know, it's important to understand all that, and it's important for Mark to embrace that lineage. But Mark's going to go out and create his own legacy. You know, he has the ability to do that. And I mean that respectfully to everything that's happened with any Lebsock that's walked through this building. But Mark will go out and create his own legacy, and he has, for an 18-year-old to jump into this environment of college basketball, he's exceeded our expectations.
All right, and now let's take a look at some of the games. We got one this Friday. Touch on that one a little bit, and then we get into some old rivalries to start the year.
Yeah. It's another tough schedule. Slew of Division IIs and NAI ones, Division I sprinkled in there. But we open up with Ogallala, who, you know, we were able to defeat them twice last year by an okay margin. But they're a scary program in the sense of, you know, they'll offensively, last year they had two guys with the ability that I think anyone in our league would have taken with their offensive ability. So it's an early game, and that's scary no matter who you're playing. And there's a bit of a unknown factor. We don't know a lot about them. And again, they're going to have a roster of guys who can fill it up. They're going to have the ability to go out and hit 4 threes in a row, and you could blink and they're up 12-0. We hope that's not the case, but an early game is scary nonetheless, but even that much more uncertain of a style and a roster like theirs. Okay. And then we lead into Minot State, Mary, right into our Division II opponents, and go up to northern Montana, which is a hostile environment to say the least, playing Frontier Conference. Those will be our next 3 after this Friday's opener.
All right, fans, be sure to check us out Friday. Should be lots of new faces. Familiarize yourself with them early. Stay back in tune with us. Watch us play some old rivals, and good luck out there, Coach.
Thanks, Nate. I appreciate it.
All right, joining us now on Hawk Talk, we've gone across the office over to Coach Grappy's office. Coach, welcome.
Thank you for having me.
Now this, same deal for you. We get going Friday, so
Yep.
Right? It's kind of always basketball season for you, but for the fans, first game starting up here Friday. Talk about how the team has come together with some of the newcomers, some of the returners. Talk about that balance.
Well, we have 8 returners, but we also have 8 newcomers, so you know it's a nice balance between newcomers and returners. The newcomers have given us great depth. We have a lot more depth this year than we did last year. We were able to add 3 junior college All-Americans to the mix, so you know, we feel that we're a better basketball team this year. And we got a lot more team speed, which is something I felt we lacked in the past. So, you know, we're going to be able to get up and down more. The depth, we hope to wear people out, and you know, we're just going to get in some track meets this year. So last year we got stuck a lot of 40-some point games, and I just don't see that being the case this year. So great mixture. Plus, I just think that they're just a wonderful group. They're working so hard. This, in all my years, you know, it's getting close to 30 now, that this might be as hard a working group as I've ever had. We do something called hustle points, where if they're diving on the floor,
Sure.
they get check marks. And I don't think I've ever had a group ever get as many hustle points in practice as this group. So hardworking, and I think the fans will enjoy that when they come see up and down action, hustling, that type of stuff. Going to be a very enjoyable year.
I know a lot of those newcomers come from North Dakota junior
Yes.
colleges. Could
Yeah.
potentially that have any, you read about in our newspaper all the time on the football team is that North Dakota work ethic sort of deal. You see that?
Yeah,
kind
the
of
North Dakota blue collar, and the year before I tried to hit Region 9 in Wyoming hard, and I didn't have as much success. Now we did get a kickback. Janiqua Thomas was at Dawson Community College. She went Division 1, but was not a good experience, so now she's here. So we got a Division 1 transfer, but otherwise we did. We got some local people that I think the people in our area can identify with, whether it's from Bismarck State, Dickinson, that type of stuff, over at Buxton, which is close to
Sure.
Mayville, just a lot of, over at Webo, Montana, a lot of regional girls that, we remember seeing her play, in high school, and now they can identify with those.
Another addition this offseason is new assistant coach. She's
Yeah.
a pretty accomplished player herself. Want to
She
introduce
is.
her to the fans?
Katie Bonhoff has played Division I basketball at the highest level, Washington State, which is in the Pac-12
Sure.
conference, and she has records there at Washington State, so you know that she's a great player. But not only a great player, she's been a head high school coach as well, and so she knows how, from the aspect of being a head coach, how things work. So brings in great experience, and the girls have loved her so far.
Now, looking into the games, we got to start on Friday with Ogallala Lakota, and then boom, right away back to the
Oh.
old DAC rivalries, who are now D2 opponents to start off. How does that make you?
Well, I was just telling somebody, after Ogallala, we have Minot State coming in, and our next 8 or 9 opponents are, only one of them is at our level, Brandon University. Every school after that, for the next 8 out of 9, is at a higher level than us, either Division II or NAIA Division I, Frontier Conference. So you talk about nasty run there, yeah, that's a real tough run for us. And you get a real quick look at, see, where we sit as far as quality, but really a tough run there to start the season.
I know for a while we don't have many home games after this first start, so we want to make sure we get fans out there. It's
Right.
the initial wave, so give them a reason to come out and enjoy the hardworking girls you've developed.
Well, and right off the bat, you've got Minot State, the great rivalry, coming in on the 28th. Then we have Brandon University on November 1st, and then 6 days after Minot State, you've got the University of Mary coming in. That's the great rivalry there too. So it's probably been a while since Mary's came here. So within 6 days, you got 2 nice rivalries, from the past coming in, and like I said, just good competition with Rocky, Montana State Northern. Montana State Northern might be, of all of those teams, the best of the
Sure.
bunch. They're that good.
Pick to win the Frontier, I think.
Yeah,
so.
and last year, Westminster out of the Frontier goes to BYU. Yes, high major BYU, and beats them. So that tells you how good the Frontier. And they tell me MSU Northern was better than Westminster in the Frontier. So really a tough run, but again, it'll be fun.
Alrighty, we'll look to see you in
All right.
action. Thanks for joining us.
Thank you,
Appreciate
Dave.
it.